You have every right to decide what comes in and out of your life. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. This is Club Inner Space. Do they have a wristband? You need a wristband. You have a wristband? You can't get in. Just period. And that's okay. Don't change your club standard, your club rules for this or that, because that's the rules. If you can't meet it, then if you don't have your ID, then if you don't have the dress code, then if you're not old enough, then are clubs out here changing the rules for people? No. Clubs say this is what it is. If you ain't got it, you can't get in. That's it. Go home. See you tomorrow. That's your life. You are the club, and you say what gets a wristband. Whether it's people, thoughts, behaviors, habits. You get to decide. Choose wisely. And choose for you. What's up, guys? It's your girl Kizzy, and I'm back with another video. Hey, hi, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for being here. Let's get into it. Today I want to talk about Club Inner Space. Club Inner Space. Club Inner Space. So essentially, you are the club. You are the party. We revolve around you. We work with you. This is your world, and we're just living in it. Your space, what you surround yourself with, your environment, what you invite into your environment, whether this be beliefs, thoughts, people, habits, whatever it is your space. Club Inner Space, okay? We about to get this party jumping. Anybody who wants to come into Club Inner Space, anything that wants to come into Club Inner Space needs a wristband. Do they have a wristband? Is this person even qualified, old enough to get into the club? Did they even bring an ID? Do they even have the qualifications? Are they even dressed appropriately? I feel like we can sometimes make ourselves feel bad for letting go of things in our lives, or like we don't deserve to let go of things in our lives. And I'll tell you right now, you absolutely do. You absolutely do have the right to choose what you welcome in and out of your life, what you want in your space, in your own right, in your own way. At the end of the day, you get to decide what is in your environment, what is in your Club Inner Space. You know, if you pull up to the club and you forget your ID, are they going to let you in? So it's like having standards, having a expectation of of the people that you welcome into your life, into your space, into your corner. When we are not discerning of who we're welcoming in, and we're just saying, okay, I checked your ID, I checked your ID, I checked your ID, just to have the club filled, we're really filling the club with things that are not for us, with things that are not, with things that essentially don't belong there, because they don't have what is necessary to get into the club, but they forgot their ID, and you said, oh, okay, well, it's fine, I'll just let you in. But if the club needs an ID to get in, that's just the standard. That's just what it is. Don't let anybody make you feel, and they will make you feel like this, because I've experienced it firsthand. I was made to feel like, who do I think I am? What do I think I'm doing? You can't do that. You're wrong for doing that. You're bad for doing that. Let's shame you and blame you so that you stay here, so that you don't create a life of your own, so that you don't do what you want to do. Let's gaslight you. Let's manipulate you. Let's make you feel like you literally don't know what you're doing, so that you question what you're doing and then you don't do it. But this is, first of all, it's unfair to you, right? As a person, just generally. If you want to do something, do it. Don't let anybody else's own confusion or lack of mental clarity make you feel like you are bad or wrong for making decisions for yourself. This is your life. This is your club. You own it. So what? Right? So what? Maybe if you had an ID, you could get into the club. Maybe if you were old enough, you would get into the club. It's not my fault that you didn't bring your ID. It's not my fault that it's not your birthday and you're not 21 and up, 18 and up, whatever the age is. It's not my fault. We can't take on other people's faults and then let that make us be like, okay, no, like I can't be this. I'm going to dim myself. I'm going to stay here just because this person needs me and they feel like if I do this and I'm this and this is... No. You know, the same people that I have cheered for when I was lost, right? I was very lost in my past. Like, I was in college. I didn't know what I really wanted to major in. I changed my major like 4 times. First, it was like education. Then it was social work. Then it was psychology. Like, I just changed so much. I didn't know what I wanted to do. But everybody else, and I was in community college for 4 years. So while I was in community college, everybody else was in FSU and FAMU and universities and knowing what they wanted to do. And they were doing it and they were sure about it and they were living their best lives. And I was there and I was like, woohoo, even though I was struggling in my own self with, oh my God, like everybody comparison. I was struggling with my own self and I was like, everybody knows what they want to do. Everybody's doing what they know. Like, I don't even know what I want to do. Like, I really just felt inferior, very inferior, whether or not they could see that, whether or not I openly said that, whether or not they openly noticed it. I felt inferior because when you live in a college town and everybody goes to university, when you go out and people are like, oh, what school do you go to? What class? They're like, what school do you go to? And you're like, oh, I go to TCC. People just make it weird. Like, and if you know, but like people will really try to make you feel less than because you go to community college. People will really try to make you feel less than because you are not where they are. And this could be on purpose or not on purpose, but either way, there's a feeling of inferiority when it comes to that. And so I felt very inferior. And I didn't have my license, I didn't have a car, but everybody else had their license, everybody else had their car. A lot of people just had things in their life and accomplishments and achievement. I'm talking so fast. Slow down. Okay. Okay, a lot of people just had their achievements and their accomplishments like cars, like licenses, like majors, like this. And I didn't have it. But I didn't go to them and say, like, you're bad. How do you know what you know? I wasn't a hating ass person. I was rooting for them the whole time. The whole time. I was everybody else's hype man. I really was. Supported everybody, even when my own life was up in shambles and I was like, what do I even do? I was depressed. I was this. I was that. I was struggling. But even through my struggle, I said, I'm going to support this person. I'm going to lift them up. I always choose to lift people up. Always. Even when I don't like something, even when I don't vibe with something, I'm not about to sit here and shame them and be like, you're this, and you're this, and you're this, and you're this, and da 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 da. I'm not about to do that. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it honest. But I'm not that. Because that's not me. It's still not me, right? But those same people that I've supported in my times of lack, in my times of struggle, in my times of pain and internal suffering that I didn't really even recognize was internal suffering until I did, have seen me now in my glow up, in my essence, in who I am, and have decided, who does she think she is now that she knows what she wants to do? Who does she think she is leaving us as friends, even though like we're literally not in alignment? Who does she think she is? Like, she can't leave us. She thinks she's better than us now because she knows what she wants to do. She thinks she's this. And really, these are projections because, first of all, nobody's better than anybody. But it's also like, well, if you think I think that I'm better, you must think that I'm better. You must think that I'm doing something better. You must think that I have something or I'm doing something or I'm being something that you are not, that you are lacking. And it's not fair to me to then look at that projection and those insecurities within them and be like, oh my God, I have to dim myself down because I don't want to be perceived as better. I have to dim myself down because I don't want to start any drama. I don't want to not keep the peace. I don't want this. I don't want that. It is in your own right to choose who comes into the club and who gets a wristband or not. Whether this be beliefs too, the belief of I'm not enough. Is that going to get a wristband? Is that welcomed into your club? Is that a energy that you want in your club, in your environment, in your happy-go-lucky space? Because we go to a club to party. We go to a club to have fun. We go to a club to enjoy. You want to enjoy your inner space. You want to enjoy your space. You want to enjoy your environment. You are your home. So if it's not giving what it needs to give, literally, like, bye. I'm not shaming myself anymore for doing what I want to do. When it comes to my videos, when it comes to expression, when it comes to being me, this is who I am. And now that I've found that, for some people, it's such an issue. But that's not my problem. And that just because people have an issue with who you are, who you're developing into, who you're changing into, who you're becoming, doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to not become that. Okay, I'm going to not do that. Okay, I'm not going to speak on that. Okay, I'm not going to. Because again, that is another form of keeping us in limitation, of keeping us in a box. When this is a club, I'm trying to party. I'm trying to get jiggy. I'm trying to have a good time. And if you're not bringing the ID, if you're not bringing the energy, would you go to a club if you was like, I'm irritated. Everything's irritating me. Like, oh my God, people suck. The world sucks. Everything sucks. Why would that energy be invited into your club space, your club inner space? Like, literally, why you come into a club with all that energy? They think that you inviting them into their club is gonna then make them. It's like this form of they want you to take care of them. They're going to this club and they expect this club to make them happy again. They expect this club to do all the work for them, to have the best drinks, to have the best music. But that club and it ain't worried about them. That club is playing whatever music they want. That club already had a menu. That club already had a dance floor. That club already had restrictions. It already had a dress code. It already had rules as to how you can come in. And if you don't got it, you just don't got it. Like that's just it, right? And it really does something for me. Like, it really irritates me because it's like, I'm not somebody who likes restriction. I'm not somebody who likes to be put in a box. I don't know if you can tell it or not already, but like, I'm just not into that. So when people really try to restrict me, and they do it in such a way that is like trying to banish me, trying to shame me, trying to make me feel bad as a person because I'm not doing, guilt tripping you, it's not fair. And I deserve, and you deserve, to live a life of your own making, to create your own club inner space. Because this is your party. This is your party. You know what I mean? And it's like, a club gets bad reviews, but they also get good reviews. Bad and good. They get these reviews. Do you think they're going to shut down the club all the way because they get some bad reviews? Because they have some people that thinks they should do this and that different? No. If it's a plausible, rational opinion, rational thing that they are saying, I feel like, the club could have better drinks. Like, I think the drinks were just a little bit, they didn't have enough alcohol. Okay. That's respectable. You can respect that, right? But if people are saying, these drinks freaking suck, like, you guys should not even have drinks. Like, honestly, why did you even make that drink? You should have never even made that drink. Who do you think you are to even make that drink? That drink is trash. Those are two different types of opinions. Those are two different types of reviews, okay? They really be hating outside of the club. They can't even get in. Like, that's the real tea. They be hating outside of the club. They can't even get in, babe. You can't even get in. So what's going on, right? What's really going on? Don't allow somebody else's vision of what your life is supposed to be hold you back. Because this is your club, Inner Space. This is your brand. This is your environment. This is your life. And honestly, it does suck to have people that you thought saw you and valued you and loved you and cared about you generally, to see them be like, oh, like to see them be so judgmental of you, and to see them be so unsupportive of you when you start to do things that are for you and not for them, because you come first in your life. It's unfortunate, and it is sad, and it does hurt. But at the end of the day, we have to feel those feelings. We have to understand that that is not because of us, that is because of them, and move forward and allow ourselves to move forward from that space. You know, it's like, I'm sorry that people feel that way about what I'm doing, and they feel that it is such a reflection of them that they have to then try to make something about me and get on me and do all this to me. But it's not my problem. I'm not going to sit in a space just because they feel like they have to sit in a space. I'm not going to do this because they feel like they can't do this or they have to do this. I'm going to do what's best for me and my club. The same way if they had their own club, they would have their own set of rules, their own this, their own that. We're all not the same, and it's okay to not be the same. Don't let them force you into this conforming nature. It's about having people in your space, in your club, that are open to understanding, that are at your standard. Like, you decide who comes in your life. You decide the rules, the standards, the expectations, and if you don't want it, you don't have to have it. If it's not making you happy, if it's not getting the club jumping, if it's not giving what it needs to give, if people are fighting and brawling in your club, are you going to let them stay there? Or are you going to be like, bro, y'all need to go because this is a club. This is a great time, and now you're bringing all that, and we're not bringing that here. There's a distinction between what is theirs and what is yours. And what is theirs is not yours. Sure, you might be reflections of each other in certain ways. Sure, you may need to heal whatever they're reflecting back at you that you feel da-da-da. But again, you are separate people. So whatever they do, you don't have to do that. However they do it, you don't have to do it like that. And I want to remind you that that doesn't make you anything. You have a right to create your own life, and I fully 100% support that. And I know how it feels to feel alienated because of that. To feel like bad as a person. Bad that you feel wrong that you made that decision. Feel shame that you made that decision. But you did not do anything wrong, bad, shameful, by deciding who you want to let into your space. Who or what? The thought, the belief. If the thought is, I will not have a good time at this club, why are you at the club? If the thought is, this club sucks, okay, so don't come in the club. That's not welcome in this club. I love this club. I love myself. I love this club. So I'm going to go to this club and I'm going to enjoy myself. Welcome that in. You welcome that in. But you don't welcome in hate. You don't welcome in all this other stuff, because this is a club. Club Inner Space, we finna turn up. So, you know, I'm rooting for you. And I appreciate you for doing what you need to do to create your own club inner space. Doing what you need to do to have a environment that you want, that you believe in, regardless of what anybody else has to say. Because unfortunately, the same people you support will not always support you, will not always return that. But that has to be okay, because we have to keep going. We have to keep loving ourselves, reminding ourselves that we are loved and we are loved, despite who wants to hate, despite who wants to do this or that. We all need love. They need love too. But it's not your responsibility to carry somebody else's energy, to carry somebody else's things, to carry somebody else's anything. This is my club, and if I don't want fights and negativity in it, get the step, right? The bouncer is coming. Do they have a wristband? If they don't have a wristband, if they do not have the qualifications to get a wristband, oh well. It's not your job to change your entire rules and your entire dress code and your entire this, because that's just what it is. And it can change at any time. At any time you can change. At any time you can say, you know what, I want to add this rule. You know what, I want to take away this rule. You know what, I want to do this. You know what, I'll be lenient here. You get to decide what comes in, comes in and what goes out. You get to decide. This is your choice, and not making a choice is a choice. I love you, beautiful soul. I support you on your journey. I support your willingness to change. I support your growth. I support your healing. I am here for your healing. Don't let it knock you down. Let it motivate you. Let it build you up. Let it make you stronger. Let it show you, my club must be popping. My club must be popping. Everybody hating on it. My club must be popping. I must be doing something right. Wait, what's the saying? What Beyonce said? She said, you know, you that when you cause all this conversation, just period. Again, you are the club. You get to decide. Peace.